Welcome everybody. So today we have another KC tool unboxing. So let's just jump right into it. Alright, so first thing up, we got the Hazet 863M bit. So this is a little bit ratchet. So I've been trying to collect these for an upcoming showdown, the Bit Ratchet showdown. And this one was definitely not cheap, I'll tell you that. So hopefully it's worth it. But we'll compare a whole bunch of different ones. So it looks kind of like this is just one of their miniature ratchets with a different mechanism, a different drive here. Instead of having a square drive, it has a hex drive in there. Got this little Vera one. Looks like they're about the same length, but this Hazet one has a much larger head. I can see that right away. And the mechanism here on the Vera is much louder. Actually, you probably can't even hear that. So we'll definitely see a lot of differences in these, I can tell right away, just by looking at these two. So what I think I'm going to do, I think my criteria is just going to be bit ratchets that are all metal. Because there's a couple you can get with the comfort grips. So unfortunately the Gedore, they don't offer one that's in all metal, so we're going to have to exclude them from this particular showdown, but maybe we'll do one in the future with comfort grips and see how that one does. And to go along with that, I picked up this Wiha one. So since this is all sealed up, I don't think I'm going to open it up, but this one actually includes a little holder. I didn't really package this very smartly. I think that's the way it's supposed to go. Yeah, I think this Wiha one is made in either Taiwan or Vietnam. Can't remember. And this little piece up here is made in Germany. So definitely seeing a lot of different designs for these mini bit ratchets. So it'll be interesting to see which one I personally prefer. But I like to present all the present everything so you guys can draw your own conclusions as well. Alright, next guy up. So KC Tool, they have a sale now on a bunch of Knipex Cobra versions, and I've never gotten one of these ones that has the tether attachment on it. They will end in T, so it's basically the same model as the 8702. So this is the 250 millimeters, which would be about 10 inches. So let's take a quick look at this guy. So really the only difference is this handle piece right here. It has this this built-in hook on it for tethering. So here's my my other ones, and you can see there really is no difference. Just this upper piece right here. So normally these are pretty expensive to get this tethering option on there, and since they were on sale, I figured I might as well pick one up. They don't actually have any with the tethered options on them. And you can see it says right on there, max drop 3 meters, 10 feet, 400 newtons. So I think 400 newtons is around 90 pounds or so. So I do have some pull testers at work that we use to test load cells. And I could actually pull on this, but what I think is going to happen, my guess is that this this piece will actually slide off before this would actually break. So I guess it depends on how you anchored it when you pulled it. And like I said in previous reviews, I would much prefer this design to the one that NWS came up with, because their design is like a non-permanent clip, which I personally would not trust if I was up, a couple hundred feet in the air using these, which is the entire reason for tethered tools. I'm sure if there's some linemen or people who work on towers know about that, about how strict they are about tethering all their tools. So we'll take a close look at those at some point. Next thing I picked up is some of these disposable jaw protectors. So These are basically for specific size Cobras, where you can put these protective sleeves on there for working on things like connectors and whatnot. Yeah, I know they do make special pliers for doing that type of work, but sometimes it's easier, instead of having 2 pairs, just to have a couple of these in your toolbox and then just throw them on when you need them. And they're not very expensive, and then you can use that on a fitting or something. So I thought that was a pretty cool option. You get 5 pairs, so there should be 10 in here. So, and they seem pretty durable, so they're definitely not a one-time use type of thing. Yeah, it has a consistency of vinyl, so that's probably what it's made out of. So then we got our number 2 bit, which I'll be using a lot of these, I think, for the Bit Ratchet showdown. I have some plans. I was cleaning up recently and separated out all the KC Tool number 2 bits I have here. I'm sure there's more lying around somewhere, and I've given some away as well. So it looks like they also included a flyer. So this is the promotion from April 1st to June 30th. So it looks like we got the L keys on sale. Tool Check Plus. So that's one I haven't seen before. The Drywall 10-piece bit check. So that must have some kind of adjustable sleeve for doing drywall screws. That's kind of interesting. And you got a wood 12-piece bit check. Suppose that have like some Torx, some Phillips in there. So I do have some of these Cobra bits. You know, this is one that I picked up a really long time ago. I just haven't had a real use for it yet. These are impact diamond coated bits that at some point I want to get around to reviewing. So I don't really have a lot of experience with Vera bits to know if they are the best ones, but that might be something to take a look at. Alright guys, so the last thing up. You ever have one of those times when you had a tool that you really needed and you just didn't have it around? Well, I had one of those moments not too long ago. Dropped a stainless steel screw into a box, and it's not a small box. It probably weighed about 1,000 pounds. It was an electrical box, and we had to get that stuff out of there. We could kind of see it. It was down in a bundle of wire. The screw actually like embedded itself in there. So most people are saying, why didn't you just use a magnet or something on that? Well, it doesn't really help when you have stainless hardware on there. This was a tool that so this right here is basically like a precision grabber, and this is actually a really expensive one, more expensive than any ones I've ever seen. I was kind of intrigued by that because you can pick these up, you know, at Harbor Freight for like $10. So it kind of got me intrigued about what the difference is between this and a really cheap one. And I could tell you right away, the weight of this is it's much heavier than those cheap ones I felt before. You can just tell by, I haven't even opened it yet. I think we'll slip this open to get a quick look at this. So we're able to get those screws out by using like a stick with some double-sided tape on it. Eventually we were able to grab them, but the amount of time that we wasted trying to get those screws out of there, if we had this, we would have had it done in 30 seconds. So I'm wondering if Gedore actually makes this themselves, because they do have a laser etched Gedore number 641 here on the end. So it comes with this protector. I guess you put that on there when you're not using it. But yeah, this thing looks like it can lift some weight. I mean, look at that. That thing weighs. This thing probably weighs like a pound. And it's having no problems at all lifting that up. Gives something a little bit more challenging here. So yeah, that's a really high quality precision grabber. And it takes quite a bit of force to push that plunger down. So you know there's got to be a a really large spring in there. So we'll have to take a closer look at that, and I may end up actually buying one of those $5 ones of the same length, and we can kind of get some comparisons and kind of show you what you're getting for this one, which is an order of magnitude more expensive. And I really don't think you're just paying for the brand name in this case. I think you're actually paying for a much higher quality tool. Alright, well that's going to wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I'll catch you guys next time.